Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nate Reads Tarot. I hope everybody had a not so tiring new moon in Scorpio. Hope you're recovering well. Video is going to be all about ancestor messages and their encouragement for you. And in honor of Native American Heritage Month, our four piles are going to be represented by female authors with Native ancestry from the Literary Witches Oracle. So, and also before we get into the piles, I want to let everybody know that I am available for private readings. So if you're interested in that, the links in the description. So for pile one, we have Jamaica Kincaid with history. And if you like to pick with crystals, she's going to be represented by the Orca Agate. Pile two, we have Leslie Marmon Silko with community. And she picked out the flower agate. Pile three is Joy Harjo with bravery. And her crystal is Dumortierite. In pile four, we have Maria Sabina with healing. And I can't remember the name of this one. Chrysocolla or something. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I'll put it in the description when I look it up. So, yeah. So if you will want to go ahead and pick your pile, I'll see you in pile, whichever pile you pick. All right. Welcome to everybody who picked pile one, Jamaica Kincaid with history. Now, I'm going to start this one off by reading from the book, Jamaica Kincaid's backstory. They give information about like who these people are and what they wrote. So Jamaica Kincaid, born 1949, was born on Antigua, a former slave-owning British colony in the West Indies. Eager to get away, she moved to the United States at 18 to work as an au pair. Soon after, she began writing New Yorker articles in intense biting fiction and nonfiction, which speaks with tremendous authority and clarity and often repeats images and phrases that are insistent invective against the failures of mothers, fathers, siblings, and colonialism. So next, we're going to be going into some themes some images that your ancestors might be wanting to point out to you. So let's see. We have, so first off, we have volcano. Oh, look at that. We have tree. A lot of nature symbolism here. And then we also have milk. So, I'm already just from these cards alone, volcano, tree, and milk. It's like uh Mao. Not that. It's like, something, some kind of destruction, right? With, something growing. And the way that you kind of nurture that growth is through, being um connected to spirit and stuff like that. So that makes sense. So uh hmm. So like already I'm kind of sensing that this cycle of traumatic death and rebirth is very prominent in your family. And the whole uh Jamaica Kincaid um motif, it's like making like something growing out of like a really destructive, hellish situation. Um, and the way that that thing grows is through some kind of nurturing. Um, So I kind of want to um let's see. I'll link all the decks that I'm using in the description. The deck that um the deck that we used so far is the Literary Witches Oracle. Now, um let's see. So uh okay. So what would your ancestors like you to know? Okay, we have Knight of Cups reversed and Five of Pentacles reversed. This is a pretty metal image here. I'm kind of I'm reading this immediately as like don't have sympathy for people who didn't have sympathy for you or for your ancestors in the past. Yeah, this is definitely you guys definitely have some kind of traumatic colonial imperial past here where your ancestors suffered at the hands of a some kind of regime that tried to stamp you out of existence. But hey, you know, you're alive, so they failed. You're living proof of that. And then Five of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, they're gonna stay mad about it. Like basically, it's like, yeah, I'm alive. You know, what are you gonna do? Stay mad about it. Like you've lost more trying to keep me down than like you have like it's a net loss for these people to try to keep like you and your family down. So that's really interesting. Okay. So let's see what else. We have the Chariot reversed. Yeah, so I mean, there are a bunch of different there I don't so in your history there probably was some a lot of like false starts and like revolution or um not failed attempts because like you know they didn't fail because you're here breathing, right? So um but I want to say like they didn't get done as much as they wanted to. So you know the so it's like and but also though like they're telling you like don't get so hung up on like where like don't discourage yourself, don't discount what you've already built, because you are um you've now inherited this chariot and your job is to now turn this chariot right side up. So so now you are tasked with, you know, don't discount the chariot, you know, don't get the reins and then all of a sudden be like, well, I'm a failure because I didn't, you know, do X, Y, and Z. It's like because that finish line's gonna move no matter what. So just you know, don't discount what you've already done. Don't discount what they've already done and move forward little by little, you know. That's the best you can do here. Um, I'll need to shuffle again. Okay, not how I normally shuffle. So I think they're also like telling you, you know, don't like be adaptive to like to things that switch up on you. You know, like this is I know that we're in the middle of like a pretty intense like Uranus transit right now. So just like, you know, make sure that you're uh taking the time to like not get tripped up by things that, you know, um are inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. So let's see. Oops. We have Six of Pentacles reversed. Like all your cards are reversed right now. So I think like the, you know, the overall, you know, thing that your ancestors are saying right now is like you need to turn these cards right side up. You know, that like you got dealt a a mess basically, like you've inherited, you know, this problem that we've had to face for generations. But, you know, you don't need to do it alone though. So like so Six of Pentacles reversed, it's like don't get so prideful that you're thinking like, oh, I don't need help, like, because nobody can do this kind of work alone. So like just really and also like there's a grandfather clock on this card. So it's like, don't think that you are on some sort of time limit either. It's like work smarter, not harder, like quality over quantity. Don't get so hung up on like, well, I'm X amount of years old and I haven't like done what I wanted to in life. So like time's running out for me. It's not at all. Like this is telling you like, don't stop looking at the clock. I mean, in terms of like quantifying time, right? Like, you're don't measure your success by how much time has gone by. It's like uh, learn about the past, learn about the past, but don't get hung up on, oh, well, I have to achieve this in X amount of time. And, look, they want to stress again, like stop having sympathy for people who did not have sympathy for you or your people. And that's something that I need to remind myself of as well, because like, look, love is a beautiful thing. But it's like if people want to reject that love or try to take it away from others, it's like that's not something that I have control over. And, we need to kind of just like move to the people who are actually going to take it seriously and like, join in the fight to ending this kind of abuse, right? So let's see. What else here? Ace of Swords reversed. Yeah, all your cards are reversed right now. Um, this is very stagnant energy. This is like not only you have shut yourself up, but your ancestors have a history of being shut up, by the system. And it's like it's your job now to turn this Ace of Swords right side up. You need to speak about what's going on in your community right now, and like that's going to require you to be knowledgeable about what's happening in your community and be knowledgeable on your people's history, if you aren't already. Let's see. Oops. Okay, but Wheel of Fortune is upright. Like this is your first card that's upright, and that's exciting. Like look at that Wheel of Fortune. That like I know this is kind of like a not so happy looking card, but this is like one of the happiest cards in the deck. All right, like Wheel of Fortune is like is like whatever like whenever you decide to speak this truth, this live this continue this work that your ancestors have built, like this is going to succeed. And again, like don't get hung up on time, don't get hung up on what's in your way, because this is the only card so far that is upright in your reading. So like definitely pay attention to that. And then Page of Cups. Yes, have compassion for yourself and have compassion for your people and have compassion for your friends and family. So like basically don't try to like don't halt your mission because you like feel bad for people who didn't have sympathy for you or your people. But at the same time, it's like have compassion for this is grueling work, this is traumatic work, but you're doing the work. And so just be gentle with yourself, be like this is hard work. This cycle breaking business. Okay. Um so let's see, we're going to move on to the wild unknown alchemy now, to kind of see like this transformative energy here. So let's see. So what is transforming? What is this this tree, growing out of this destructive volcano that that happened in your people's past. What is being transformed now that you're doing this work, right? So let's see. You've got the peacock's tail. Wow, look at that. Still learning this deck, so let's check out what that means. Clouda Penobis, the peacock's tail. All right, so the peacock's tail is a sacred image in alchemy. The mesmerizing display of tail feathers opens to mark the alchemist having shifted from single to multi-perspective. This is a great achievement. The alchemist has opened 1,000 sets of eyes instead of one. They've discarded black and white thinking. They've discarded black and white thinking and allowed the full spectrum of colors, nuances, and solutions to come into the fold. So before I continue, like I want to reiterate that when you are doing this cycle breaking work, this re-traumatizing healing work for your line, you are not just using your eyes, you're using the eyes of everyone who came before you. So you're seeing a full spectrum of colors from history of like the people in your family. The force field of possibilities is opened, and the alchemist has entered a new paradigm belonging to multiplicity, dimensionality, and inclusion. Utilize this perspective for positive change while it lasts. When falling back into black and white thinking, as any alchemist will do, envision the splendor of the peacock's tail. Each feather contains a shimmering universe of possibility. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. And look at the pretty colors. Peacock's tail. So you are very much divinely protected and supported. I mean, I'm not just saying that. Like, you have generations of people who have done this work and who walked so you could run. So, it's time to run. Because this is such heavy work, I want to end off on a healing waters oracle, because I think that it's important to take care of yourself and take care of your people. So let's see. So what's some advice for healing? And this is continuous, by the way. This isn't like, you're martyring yourself and then you're healing. It's like you're doing the work, healing, like continuously every day. So how to take care of yourself while you're doing this backbreaking traumatic work. Let's see. We got, yes, exactly. So she who flows, be open to change. Go with the flow of life. So like, again, don't get hung up on details that don't matter. Don't get hung up on, too much time has passed. Like no, that's not true at all. Your ancestors are really calling you to recognize the work that you've already done and the work that they have already done, and to, like water dripping on stone, continuing this work. It's going to take some time. But you are supported and you're very loved by your family. So pile one. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a private reading from me, got Google form down below. You can check that out in the description, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome, pile two. If you chose Leslie Marmon Silko community and the flower agate, this is going to be your reading. So let's start off with learning a little bit about Leslie Marmon Silko and a little bit about her life and what she wrote, things like that. So this is from the Literary Witches Oracle. All right, Leslie Marmon Silko. Of Pueblo, Mexican, European, and Cherokee ancestry, Leslie Marmon Silko identifies most with the Laguna Pueblo culture, which holds a vital belief in the universe's interconnectedness. Silko's work explores the tensions between the Southwest's diverse communities and methods of healing. Her breakout novel, Ceremony, about a young half-Pueblo, half-white man trying to recover from his service in World War II, attracted a major spotlight to Native American literature. That's awesome. So let's see. Oh, because I'm an English teacher, I wanted to kind of see. This is also from the Literary Witches Oracle. This is the other part of the deck. I want to see some themes that your ancestors would like you to pay attention to. So some images, themes, um, things that they want to point out to you. Let's see. So first off, we have elixir. Hmm. I'm hearing like with this, it's like see this little ghost appearing from this cup. It's like pay attention to your medications, like what you're taking, and make sure that you're not self medicating too much. I just heard that too. So I, uh, you know, I don't know your situation. I don't know what works for you and what doesn't. I'm also not a doctor, but just be mindful of the kinds of medicines that you're taking. And if you need to make changes, obviously consult your doctor and kind of see what you need to do about that. If you need to do anything, don't it's not broke, don't fix it. We also have glove. So while you're kind of evaluating the medicines that you're taking, it's like obviously handle the situation with care. Don't change something if you don't have to, but if you do need to make a change, make sure that you're doing it with grace and um, you know being sterile about it, kind of thing. And then lantern, yes. So while you're kind of figuring out the medicines that you need, and this doesn't have to be physical medicine either. This could be like what's going to ultimately help you or your community. Follow the light. Make sure that it's you have like a clear image of where you're going and what the goal is. If you're self-medicating, or if you're addicted to something, make sure that you I I can't even really direct you to do anything, but like you're being guided to be mindful of more of like what you're putting in your body, what advice that you're following. If you so I'm like channeling on a lot of messages right now, like they're your ancestors are calling you to um make you think about the things that you're putting into your body and mind, and heart and spirit. Just make sure that um, you're handling yourself with care. Making sure that there's no cross contamination, and ultimately follow the light. So that's good advice for anybody. Um, so let's see. Let's see what we have here. Well, Wheel of Fortune. First pull, Wheel of Fortune. I mean, look, that's as soon as you kind of cull what doesn't need to be there, um, you are well on the way. It's success, right? It's I don't want to say success right out of the gate, right? Because like, because obviously if this is an actual addiction, that you have, like I've I can only imagine the amount of work that takes. I mean like the best advice that I can give is rely on like don't only you can like know what's going to heal you and what won't. Like I mean if you're being pressured to take some sort of drug that doesn't make you feel good ultimately, or like if you're like I'm getting this image of like you're being pressured to take something that is not good for you, or you're being pressured to subscribe to like some type of like way of thinking that is not good for you or your body. So just like you know what may look like medicine might not be medicine. What oh boy. Okay. Like again, I'm not a doctor. So like, only you know what's good for you and what isn't. So just you hmm. It's very interesting. Like, I mean, I'm kind of like I, I'm trying to like not censor myself, while giving this message, but it's like, because it's like I don't want like if you're on a medicine that you need to be taking, right? Like I don't want to like tell you like to stop something if it's working, but if it's not working, then you um you need to kind of be mindful of like what it is and why you're taking it. Um, and if it's not good for you to like to, you know, do what you need to do to cut it out. I'm trying like this is a dicey territory. It's like I'm trying to it's like I this is not this is not a like ultimately you're chasing this. I don't know what this is for you. Like everyone's wheel of fortune is different, but you know something something is standing in your way from attaining this, and from from the messages that we've been hearing so far, it's like if you're addicted to something, for instance, it's preventing you from reaching this wheel of fortune. So just like um, consult your doctor, be mindful of what you're taking. You know, if you are addicted to something, I hope you seek help, because I've never been addicted to anything myself, other than caffeine, but I mean everyone is. But like, I've seen secondhand how it's destroys you from the inside, and I don't wish that on anybody. So like if you are ready to make that move um to move past an addiction, or to be or to kind of negotiate, take less of a medication that's being prescribed to you. You have that ability to do that. Like you have that discernment. So um yeah. So this is very and also like I mean the drugs in general is like this whole theme of like ancestors, Native American Heritage Month, like all of this is it's like there is history tied to a a drug being forced upon a marginalized group in order to control or to weaken them, and they're I can already tell that this that medicine, or things that have been labeled as medicine have um, traditionally been um, like used as weapons against your family. And like the so the example that comes to mind actually is when is like during the 90s when they were when pharma companies were basically like offering money to desperate families, black families, in order for them to be like, oh, take this ADHD medication. Your kid has ADHD, even though they didn't actually. And getting these kids like hooked on these medicines that they didn't actually need. So it's like it. So your ancestors are telling you like you you know how you feel after you take these things that are either prescribed to you that, you can probably adjust, or uh, things that you're addicted to that, you are very likely feeling the consequences and the effects of. So just see the elixir for what it is. Is it medicine or is it harming you? Um, so this has been so this is interesting. Like, a lot of this reading has been channeled. I really I haven't had too many um haven't pulled too many cards yet, but it's like, how do we get from either a medicine that is like a substance that was mislabeled as a medicine that you either don't actually need, or something that you're addicted to that you want to move past, or a medical like regimen that you need to consult your doctor about, adjusting. Um, how do you go from this to this? Like, how do you build, like, because healing an addiction, again, I don't have experience with this personally, but I've watched a lot of people suffer. And I it's something that, first of all, you can't do alone, right? And it's also something that, um it's how do you, one step at a time, go from here to here, go from the life that you're living right now to this wheel of fortune success. How do you do that? So I and look, going back to community, you know um I've seen people be very successful in things like AA, NA, things that like groups. So just if you are struggling with something, there is a group for that, whether online or in person. Um, yeah, Four of Swords reverse. You're not, make sure that you're taking the time to rest while you're doing this, because like this. I can only imagine like the amount of grueling work this is going to take. If you're struggling with addiction to ultimately beat it. It's gonna take a long time, and it's not something that uh it's something that, like, not a lot of people will understand how hard it is. And in order to do that, like, first of all, you can't do it alone, and you also can't do it in one shot. It's kind of something that you're going to have to, wake up every day and choose to do the work of. And it's going to be very, very difficult, and I commend you for doing the work. I mean, that's just okay. All right, we have, yeah, Queen of Pentacles reversed. Don't be focused on people who are not giving grace about this. It's like, if you're really serious about beating this addiction, or healing this thing, it's like, there are probably going to be people who try to tear you down, or try to, discount the work that you've done. And don't they're they're not going up, they're not even going up their own ladder. How are they going to help you go up your ladder? You know what I mean? So, like, just don't pay attention to them. Like, I mean, like, you um find the people who will nurture you, find the community who will support you in beating this addiction. Don't If you can't physically escape them, I don't know if you have people you live with who aren't supportive, or who, actively, maybe feed this addiction that you have. But it's like, there be mindful of who's going to heal you and who isn't, who's going to support you and who's not, what what medicines are going to help you, and what people are going to help you. Just like, make sure that you're, you know making good decisions about, um yeah. Okay, well, yeah, they were like, no more. Okay. So So we're gonna go to the wild unknown alchemy deck for like, this transformative energy. Like, so, again, I wanna reiterate, like, um be mindful of like what you put into your body. Um, be mindful of the people you hang around. Uh, who's going to help you, who's not, who what medicines are helping you and which are not. And just take like, it's going to be a very long process, but it's possible. Like, healing is always possible. That's, one thing that I love about, well, that one thing that I love about this world. It's like, this is a tough plane to be on, but you have the freedom to wake up and be like, you know what, I want to do something different today. I'm uh gonna, yeah. Uh, so I think that's powerful stuff. So what's all right? The signals are getting like kind of tangled, and like, and I think that's kind of like what you're going to be feeling throughout this process too. Like, if you're beating an addiction, you're not going to be thinking straight. And again, like, if you have help available to you, like, definitely seek it out, because like, this is not something that you can, like, I mean, this is not something that's easy to do on your own. It's better to do it with a supportive community, with consultation from a doctor if you have access to a doctor. So let's see. This transformative energy, like, what is going to, hmm, sulfur. Okay. Um so already, like, I mean, it's, again, this is like, beating an addiction. It's like, it's like, you smell sulfur when a demon is nearby. This is I don't even need the book for this. Like, this is, whoops. This is like something that, you that this is bad for you. What the consequences are, like, the people that um ultimately are not in your life anymore because of um things that have happened and choices that have been made. So it's like, recognizing this sulfur for what it is, and recognizing that it's poison, is, it's like, um yeah, it's recognizing that it's poison and then choosing to do something different. That's, I mean, not in like, I don't mean like pick up another addiction, but I mean, like, um recognizing how this is poisoning you, and then choosing to, you know take the steps forward. I kind of want to pull another card from this deck, just to, like, after you refuse the sulfur, then what's going to transform, then what's going to happen. So let's see. We're gonna do, okay, Argentum vivum Quicksilver. Um, so it's like, I don't want to, again, I'm like censoring myself. It's like, I don't want to promise anything, right? Like, I mean, like, this ultimately, this is your healing journey. Like, this is ultimately up to you. But once you cut this out of your life, it's like, this this path of, it's going to happen relatively quickly. Like, what once you choose to not put this in your body anymore, it's like, things are going to build on top of each other, and like, you're going to be able to see the fruits of your labor, more than you previously had, when you've been clouded by whatever substance this is. So, like, just keep your eyes on the prize. Like, this is the prize. This is your wheel of fortune. I mean, I know this is not the happiest looking wheel of fortune, but I think in your case, it's relevant, because it's like, the work that it's going to take to attain this wheel of fortune is just monumental. It's going to be bigger than, you know, it's going to be bigger than, uh, anyone will anyone will give you credit for. Like, I mean, and so just I mean, I think I want to, end this off on a healing waters oracle, because like this entire pile was about healing, but like I want to end off on some healing messages. Like this is backbreaking, grueling work, and I commend you for taking the steps to beat this. This is going to be extremely hard, but it's very possible. So let's see. Is it this one or this one? Both. All right. So first off, we have Lady of the Lake. New beginnings. Something is about to happen. Yeah, exactly. It's like I've been censoring myself this whole time. It's like, oh, I don't want to give medical advice. Like I don't want to say that it's going to be like quick or whatever. But it's like, you know, I can't censor this. It's like this is it's when you take these steps to beat this addiction, it's like you're going to see things changing, before your eyes. And it's like, new beginnings, something is about to happen. It's like, things, doors are going to open for you because of this. And then into the unknown, underworld depth, courage, and facing your fears. I mean, this is like ultimately what beating an addiction is, right? It's like you're going into the unknown. You don't know what to expect. You don't know how your body's going to react. You don't know how your community is going to react when you ultimately decide to leave this substance behind. But that's kind of that's the journey, And I uh, highly encourage you to seek out people who will understand and who will nurture you as you are kind of going through this process, because it's going to be extremely difficult. But um, best of luck with that. And, if you want a private reading from me, just um, links in the description about that. And I will see you next time. Take care. Welcome, pile three. If you chose Joy Harjo, Bravery, and the Dumortierite, then this is going to be your reading. I will admit, like, I had to take breaks, in between each of these piles, because, like, I mean, I guess this is on me, but like the very, very heavy energy, so just, please make sure that you're taking care of yourself, like during this process, like, um, so, before we do that, I want to read, um, Joy Harjo's description in the Literary Witches Oracle. Harjo, a a common Creek nation. Oh, okay. Harjo, a common Muskokie Creek nation name, means so brave she's crazy. I love that. Joy Harjo, born 1951, courageously survived an oppressive childhood, teenage pregnancy, and domestic abuse before becoming a spiritually charged poet of wild natural imagery and urgent social activism, as well as an award-winning saxophone player and singer. That's so cool. I didn't know that about her. So I'm going to be pulling some more cards from the Literary Witches Oracle to kind of get a sense of images, themes. Can take the English teacher out of the classroom, but that's not how that phrase goes. But anyway, what would your ancestors like to pay attention to here? Let's see. Chicken. So that's interesting. Like we have a card about bravery, and then we have a card about, okay. Uh chickens are often like described as like, it's like the whole phrase is like, oh, you're chicken or whatever, but it's like every chicken that I've ever met is like crazy and like and aggressive. So like you know, not everyone, like but you know, like it's not uncommon for them to like to look like they won't be able to do damage and then like um do damage. So so just like um don't underestimate yourself, you know. That's like is the message that I'm getting from that. Let's see, we also have these two. This is a very, very quick energy. You know, chickens are quick, you know. We also have the moon and we have eel. Huh. Okay. So very different energy from the chicken. You know, chickens are all about, you know, fast moving daytime, morning or whatever, but these are two very like night centered cards. So like um so I mean again, like, you know, there's more than meets the eye, not just within yourself but like also with like the challenges that you have to face. It's like, you know, things can look, you know, you may look like like people can underestimate you on the surface, but it's like you have so much more depth to you and so much more power to you, you know, that they don't even see. So like that's that's a great message. Wow. um okay. So let's kind of look at, oh, at the bottom of the deck we have the King of Wands upright. So like again, you know, this is like, this is a Spitfire pile, you know. This is like, this is the pile that's like, you know, take charge, quick moving, very Eight of Wands energy right here. So so this is it's like you're um yeah, I'm not gonna repeat myself, but yeah. Being bold, being, let's see, we have Five of Cups upright. Um so let me think about this one actually. Five of Cups being upright. Again, like I mean, like the from going from the chicken to the moon, and then going from King of Wands to Five of Pentacles, which is about loss or like or uh you know, so like I guess this is kind of ultimately I think like the advice that your ancestors are giving you is like balance. You know, don't, like you have this like this Spitfire like go-getter energy, but it's like, you know, don't put yourself in debt, you know, by going too fast, too well, doing too much too soon, or like or you know, make sure that you're balancing, you know, those the the light and the dark, I guess, of like the goal that you have. You know, um don't put yourself into more debt than you can pay back. um you know, and I'm also hearing like, don't, you know, like I mean, there are probably going to be people who try to like throw you off this trail, or who, you know, who want to scam you basically into, you know, trying to get you to buy a service that you don't actually need. So like just be mindful of that too. I heard that. So yeah, we have Six of Swords. Now Six of Swords is I look at this as like, you know, how communication travels. You know, it's about like, it's about travel, but it's also like, you know, in my opinion, it's about like where information goes, and like the dissemination of information basically. So it's like you um once you kind of make your debut, it's like there's gonna be like, you know, talk the town basically about it. And you know, uh it's upright. So like, you know, this is information that is flowing naturally. um you know, so I think like, you know, while you have this like this go-getter, I'm gonna do this thing, be mindful of people who will try to drag you down in some way, to try to put you in unnecessary debt, or you know, like, you know, uh don't let people kind of like drag you off into places that you don't need to be in. Like, you know, yeah, okay. And then we also have King of Swords reversed. Yeah. So like when you make this debut, whatever it is, I don't know if you're planning on starting a business, I don't know if what you're planning on doing, but like once you start it and once you're public with it, there are going to be people who try to tear it down. And that's just what happens. Like when you're doing something right, people want to destroy it because they either don't want the competition or they want some of your success for themselves. So just be mindful of people who are in your corner and who are not. So but the good thing is that you're upright, this person is reversed. So take that for what it's worth. um they can't, no matter what, slander or lies this person is going to be saying about you, it's like ultimately they're not going to be able to take this power from you. So it's uh yeah. uh with the energy of like the chicken and the moon, it's like there's a lot going on, like kind of beneath the surface that that either you might not be seeing or your audience might not be seeing. So just balancing those components of that is going to be towards your success kind of thing. So um yeah, and also like before I kind of talk about the next card, the eel, like eels are very like shifty. They wait in the dark for their moment to strike. And like so like when you're kind of building this business, there are going to be people who try to tear it down from the shadows, but like again, um it's like they don't have the power to do that. They're reversed. So just um I know it's easier said than done, but it's like I wouldn't worry about them. It's yeah. Yes, strength. Like you're this go-getter fighting King of Wands spirit, like you're showing your strength. So this is really I'm getting like this is like the entrepreneurship pile. It's like maybe you want to start a tarot thing online, and like and you get some success, and then there's somebody else who sees you as competition and who's like working in the shadows to try to take you down, but they're not going to be able to, because you're stronger than them. So that's great. I'm excited for you. Let's see, we've got, well, hmm, let's see. Yeah, we've got the high priestess upright. So like no matter what happens, it's like you know the truth. You are as long as like you handle yourself with like strength and integrity, it's like people are going to see you as the person who knows what they're doing, as like the high priestess, the person who is qualified to do the work that you're doing, and nothing that this person can say about it can stop you from doing that. So yeah, excellent. Um, okay. Um, yeah, King of Pentacles reverse. You're gonna have a lot of butthurt people around you who um, either want a piece of what you have or whatever and try to take it from you, but also like I mean, this is kind of about you like not undervaluing what you have too. Like don't gaslight yourself into thinking like oh well the somebody else is more qualified to do this, or like if you're finding success in doing the thing that you're doing, it's like don't discount that. I mean, this is success that you've built. So don't discount um the work that you've done. So really good advice. um yeah, we have Eight of Wands. Like the I think I mentioned the Eight of Wands like earlier in the reading, but it's like things are going to happen very, very quickly. I mean, the reason why you have like so many butthurt people around you is because success is going to happen, quickly for you, because you have this like King of Wands go getter energy, and like you're not afraid, and you're standing up. So it's like, so when your success comes, it's things, it's like going to be a domino effect. Things are going to happen very, very quickly for you. So just you know I'm specifically hearing, it's like, don't be distracted by these butthurt people who want to talk shit about you online, kind of thing. It's like you don't have time, because things are going to be happening for you very, very quickly. So ultimately it's, you're going to be changing the fortune of you know where your life would have gone if you had stayed in the shadows. So this is very good advice for me in particular. If I was on the other side of this, I probably would pick this pile, because this is a lesson that I'm learning myself. So we're in this together. So let's see. So this is the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. What is transforming for you? Like, what is this process ultimately? Well, so first we have calcification. These salty people. But well, also, like, I mean, calcification is like, is the hardening. You're like, you're building up a thicker skin, to people who um kind of like talk shit about you online and like try to bring you down and stuff like that. Like, you're hardening to that, because you're kind of, they're basically showing their hand already. Like, they're showing how much power they actually don't have over you by trying to do these things in the shadows that, like, that you can see regardless. So like, I don't even know why they're trying. It's stupid in my opinion. But so calcification, and then also you have uh Mercury. Yeah, so like, I mean, so again, rapid movement, Eight of Wands, dissemination of information. Like, this is what Mercury is. And so I mean, if you're into astrology, I would check out where Mercury is in your chart, where Mercury is in the sky currently when you're watching this, because um being that quick moving go-getter, but also like being knowledgeable about what you're doing and where information is going, is going to aid you greatly. So uh well, this is but the most straightforward reading, of the four so far. So let's take a look at a Healing Waters Oracle and see like what's going to help you when you know keep on winning, basically. uh, yes, so we have the Waterfall, inner power, unbridled confidence, claiming your place. So I almost misread that as claiming your prize, but it's like, you've got, like, literally nothing can stop you. Like, you're on your way to building something that people are going to be jealous of, and like they're just going to have to stay mad about it, because it's like, what can they do? Like, the only person who can stop you is yourself, and your ancestors are like, no, you're not stopping yourself this time. So I wish you the best of luck in whatever this is, whether it's a business, whether it's a creative project, I'm not really sure, but I wish you the best of luck. And if you want a private reading, just let me know, and fill out the thing in the description and get you taken care of. So good luck. um, so welcome, pile four. If you chose Maria Sabina, and the word on the card says healing, and then I can't remember what this is called, but it's like, it starts with a C. If I remember what it's called, I'll put it in the description. But so first off, we're gonna be learning about Maria Sabina, her life and things that she wrote. and why her name is associated with healing. So let's see. And also just take a look at this card. Like, it's a beautiful card. It's like it's depicting, her as like part of the earth, and that's what we are all at the end of the day, right? So Maria Sabina, let's see. Ah, okay. Maria Sabina, she was born in 1894 and died in 1985. Who could not read or write and lived in poverty in the mountains of southern Mexico, is considered the greatest shaman, poet, or wise one of the Mazatec language. She improvised her chants during psilocybin mushroom ceremonies performed to heal the sick. Her rich spiritual vision was informed by native Mazatec beliefs as well as the Catholic faith. Hmm. So, I mean, yeah, there you go. Mhm. Like I was, I think also like, I mean, if you're watching this right now, I'm sure you already know this, but like, there is no wrong way to connect with spirit. So like, if you are blending, traditions together, it's like that's, as long as like you're being respectful at the same time, it's like, uh, don't second guess like like Maria Sabina was not less of a Mazatec shaman, just because like she also believed in Catholicism. Like so, they're um basically don't, let anybody tell you how to connect the spirit, because it's, like there are things to consider, of course, when you're doing this, but ultimately it's like these messages that you're interpreting are something that no one can take away from you. So, okay. Uh starting off strong here. We're gonna be pulling some more cards from the Literary Witches Oracle to get a sense of like what images or themes your ancestors want to highlight here. So okay, let's see. So okay. So eel came up in the last reading. So if you felt drawn to that one, I'd suggest watching that one as well. But eels are like creatures that attack from the shadows. So just, you know, I guess be mindful of that. I'm not saying be paranoid and like trying to snap at everything, but there are things going on that you may not be aware of, so just watch out, because you have if you're watching this reading, then you're probably at least a little bit aware of the ancestors that you do have, and they're eels are also like really wily, like uh uh not trickstery, but how do I put this, like fast moving, like they slither out and they slither back, so being dynamic and being um you know uh I don't know. I don't really know what. I think we need to just kind of pull more cards to get more context, but embodying this uh the energy of the eel, may be helpful in like kind of purposefully, going after what you want, kind of thing. And being aware that there are eels, in the crevices of the ocean where you're kind of uh, going, where things are might trying to trip you up and stuff. So be aware of that too. Uh, okay. So we have knife. Oh, and then we also have lion. Huh. Okay. So eel, knife, and lion. This is a pretty metal pile. Like this is pretty clearly being like, yeah, when you are kind of embodying this strong energy, when you're continuing the work to break the cycle, there are people who are going to be waiting to stab you in the back in the shadows. I don't want to make you paranoid, but it's like, you need to be aware of like who your friends are and who is going to support you in this journey and who isn't. Like, you know, learn self-defense, like spiritual, physical, and like just, you have this like, and the really sad thing is like, um I'm kind of getting that like that these eels maybe people who you can't really avoid, or they may even be a part of your family from the same line that like that you're trying to heal. And if that's the case, then that's a really hard thing to contend with, where like where you have this connection to your ancestors, but like but whether it's your parents, whether it's like older people in your community who are not continuing the work the way that you are. And like you kind of, it's like I can't really prescriptively tell you like what to do, or like who, if you like if it's not possible to avoid them or anything like that. But it's like there are ways to like to um be respectful and stand up for yourself at the same time. It's like making sure that like that you're aware of your surroundings and like what is hiding in the shadows to take you down, kind of thing. Like I don't, again, I don't want to instill any like fear of like, oh, like what if everyone's against me? Like that's not really the point of what I'm trying to say. It's like they're, the world is uh a dynamic, unforgiving place. And like, a lot of the times you are going to need to learn how to defend yourself. And ultimately, who would win in a fight, an eel or a lion? It's like, well, I guess it would kind of depend on where you are, right? So like, uh, a lion would probably drown in the ocean, but like, I'm like, this is like the metaphor pile, I guess. Like I'm getting all these images and like trying to decipher all of these things, but it's like ultimately, you need to be aware of kind of what's hiding in the shadows, have contingency plans in place for dealing with them. And ultimately you are the picture of strength. Like you are the one who is going to continue this work that your ancestors have started. So all right. It's sad when when you uh are a part of a family, and like and not everyone in your family is like supportive of the work that you're doing. I'm sure that's a almost universal experience at this point. But like it's it's painful when the truth, but like but there are people who are trying to sabotage you for no other reason than either they're jealous of what you have, or they just, yeah, or they just like there is no good reason, right, to sabotage you know this divine work that you're doing. So I wish you luck, and I wish you safety, because like is there um whoever wants to take you down is shifty, you know. So let's see, we have we have death reversed. So yeah, I mean, like I this would be like you are continuing like the work that your ancestors have done. But the people who are alive in your family right now are actively trying to prevent you from doing this work. So like I don't know what kind of context that is. Like I mean, you would have to, you only really you can know your situation, but like but this is this is change that you're currently resisting, because it would mean like leaving behind people that you don't really want to leave behind. But I mean, if if you've surrounded yourself, or these people have surrounded you, who are actively going against, you know, the work that you're doing, it's like you need to kind of make the best decision for yourself. Like I again can't tell you what to do. But like I just, if these people really supported you, it's like they wouldn't be trying to stop you from doing, this work that's very important to you. So just, keep that in mind, like who's in your corner and who's not. Um, so we have Two of Cups reversed. Yeah. So this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, but like if it is, this is, I mean, yeah, this is again like unsupportive people who are around you, who are actively trying to stop you from, doing this work that you're doing. And this is a pretty clear message, like from your ancestors, to be like, you need to like cut ties with these people. Like if you can't physically avoid them, it's like there are ways to energetically cut ties. Don't do extra things for them. Like don't, give them unnecessary things. Like, ideally, you would be not giving them anything, but like, but if you can't, then like, it being being aware that this work that you're doing is uh oftentimes a lonely experience, and it's something that is important. And like if people are actively trying to stop you from doing it, it's like they they're not in your corner. They're not on your side. So like just, oh boy, like, I don't want to, cause unnecessary paranoia, in people, but it's like you need to know who's in your corner and who isn't. So, um, there are things in the shadows that, you are actively turning a blind eye to, that is preventing you from achieving this goal that you have. So just keep that in mind, that like who is supporting you and who isn't, because um yeah, Page of Wands upright. So I mean, so there are multiple, you know, things about this. So like let's say you have parents, or something, and like and you want to move out, but your parents don't want you to move out or something. Like, they're going to look at you as this like tantruming child. It's like, oh, you don't know what you're doing, like you're, whatever. But like, but this like this Page of Wands, like this anger is coming from somewhere. Like if these people, if this regime, whoever it is, whether it's like the government, whether it's like the family that you live with, like if they're preventing you from doing something that is like your life's purpose or something, like, I mean, like, I it's you, like, you have a valid reason for feeling the way that you do. Like, don't let anybody like discount, your anger, because like, I'm gonna I don't know your situation, but it's like if you pick this pile, like your anger is justified. It's coming from somewhere. It's valid, you know, in some way. So like uh getting a handle on that anger, and like, turning it into action of some kind, is gonna help you. So let's see. We've got Temperance. Yeah. So like ultimately, like, don't let this anger consume you, though, because like even though your anger like is valid, and like and you're frustrated, and you want to do something that like that either your family or your whoever's controlling you is like actively preventing you from doing. It's like there's a way to do it. You can't like be swinging at everybody, you can't be arguing with everybody, but it's like patience, and knowing that this isn't gonna Rome isn't gonna be built in a day. This is you know, uh, gonna take some time and some patience to build up. And I'm like losing my voice, so it's like I feel like it's you're screaming to be heard, and like and there are people who are just like actively like not they're like brushing you off. They're like, oh, you're just throwing a tantrum. You're just like, and that you're not. You have legitimate concerns. um but ultimately it's like what's going to help you is like to, you know, steadily gain your independence, like little by little, knowing that it's not going to all happen at once, and that, you know, but if you keep working at it, you know, you will be free of these people who are trying to stop you from doing your life's work. I have to get a glass of water. Geez, I'm like, ugh. So yeah, just like drink water. You know, don't scream at everybody, but like, you know, there are ways to communicate what you need. You know, without anger, outward outbursts of anger, kind of thing. Like, I mean, because the you know, ultimately, it's just going to give these people what they want. So you know, you need to kind of be mindful of like how you're communicating this message. Um, okay. Um, we're going to move on to the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck now. So let's see. Ooh. Okay, so again, like this is another card that showed up in the last reading. Like Mercury is all about, you know, communication. It's all about like how you're delivering this message. So it's like, so if you have valid justifiable anger about something, it's like making sure that you communicate it in a way that's like not going to hamstring you by isolating you, or by keeping you out of opportunities that would like help you in your independence, kind of thing. Like making sure that you're communicating in a way that is going to set you up to where like people will be like, oh, okay, this person knows what they're doing, and like I want to help this person get out of this situation, you know, because like I feel this like this deep um frustration and anger with people who are like trying to keep you down, kind of thing. But you know, swinging at everybody and like and screaming at everybody is not going to get you what you want. But at the same time, that anger needs to be expressed in some way. So just like, you know, being patient with it, and you know, mindful about what you're doing, um it's going to help you. uh, we have Saturn, yeah, exactly. So like, so I don't know. I mean, that this could represent like, you know, the people who are trying to um who are trying to silence you and keep you down and stuff like that. But this is also like internal Saturn. This is also you taking responsibility over the things that you can control in order to gain more independence to leave this toxic situation. So I wish you the best of luck with that. I'm gonna pull you a Healing Waters Oracle. Um, you know, I hope that you can do this as like safely and um, peacefully as possible. You know, but operative words being as possible. You know, sometimes peace isn't an option. You know, and but you know there are ways to rebel without you know, isolating you, without other, you know, without you kind of fighting everybody at the same time, you know. So just be mindful of that. uh Hang on. Oh no, it's somewhere over here. uh yeah, several of these healing cards want to come out for you. So first of all, we have the rainbow, sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. So like once you gain your independence from these people who are trying to suppress you, um, there's going to be relief. So, you know, just keep your eyes on the prize, kind of thing. Get your finances in order so you're not dependent on these people anymore. We have water codes. The intelligence is within you. So like, don't let these people believe that you don't know what you're doing, or that like you are because like, as you have this ancient wisdom within you, it's been passed down, you know, from the very people are trying to control you. So, you know your business, you know your path, and so don't let anybody kind of take you from that. And if you're gonna scream purposefully, so that you don't lose your voice. So I hope this was helpful, and if you would like private reading, the link's down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.